Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to the Crow's Nest. Welcome if you are new. We are a spiritual olive mind community, learning as we grow along our ascension path. I'm super excited to get into today's message for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on, just because of what came through getting ready for this reading. So this is a timeless collective message, so it might not resonate for everyone, but if it does resonate with you at the time that it finds you, then it was meant for you. So let's get into it. This might even be a two-part series. I'm going to try to avoid that, but there's just a couple things to go over before we actually get into the cards. So we'll start with some of the numerology, the frequency behind today. It is the 29th. Again, it's timeless, but the energy at the time that I'm recording this is the number 11. So this is all about the master intuitive, and intuition is going to be very significant through all of this. The other thing, when we look at the date as a whole, we get 10 energy, which is carrying forward from yesterday. So you might want to watch yesterday's message. We're talking all about completing cycles of limiting beliefs, things that were holding us back, so that we can really propel like 3 energy, catalyst energy, just like that rocket launch towards our new beginnings, our abundance, our success. And today was just like such a confirmation of that, to follow yesterday's confirmation. The colors reds and pinks might be very significant for you today. The number 2 is also very significant, but overall for today, 2 and 11 are very, very significant. And the colors purple and blue as well. And I'm getting an amount of twin flame energy from this reading today as well. Now, this is also talking about that inner masculine and feminine, but I am feeling as though I might start to do twin flame readings again, because they just keep coming through in my readings. So I might start to do something specific just for you all. The next thing, I heard the word pinnacle today, which means, talking about having reached like a very successful point, if not like the peak of your success. And I wrote it down as pinnacle. So I made a spelling mistake, but I was like kind of curious about that, so I Googled it. There's actually a board game called Pinnacle, but a lot came through about pentagrams, Wicca, and pentacles in regards to in tarot, like the pentacles symbol. And I thought that was really significant. The energy then started getting incredibly overwhelming in an amazing way. This might even be how it feels for you with your intuition coming back online and reaching these new points, these new heights in your success, whether that be financial success, your personal growth, and your spiritual development. Take it how it resonates. But I was getting incredible full body chills, and I just really needed to ground myself. I was doing like breath work. It got really intense. I then started to see blue sparkles. So again, I feel like the color blue is one of the morst, write that down. One of the most significant colors of today. There's just something about the color blue. Now I feel like I have something in my eye. So blue, my crown chakra is intuition. There's just something about your third eye as well. And the color purple is significant, right? Like you really are very much in your upper chakras right now. And there is a message to come through a little bit later about the need to ground, but we'll get there. I also started to pick up some divine masculine energy really strong. So I feel like we're going to get a message today to end it off, like our guidance with the seeds of the sacred feminine. So I was picking up on twin flame vibes. The number 11 is really significant, that purple blue energy. And I was feeling very specific, that masculine energy. So I feel like we'll balance it out with some feminine guidance. And then I keep getting hypnotized by my quartz stones as well. I have this one, which is on the tarot today, so you might want to look into quartz. As soon as I picked this up, my energy changed. Oh my goodness. But it's just a very sparkly stone, no matter, like, there we go, depending on how the light hits it. And it's like I'm just getting so lost in it. I also have my Lemurian starseed quartz here, so more of that Lemurian energy. But this, I was just so like lost in this stone. I felt like I was just completely hypnotized. So that's a message there for someone. And then I got a message coming through about the need to reuse something and standing barefoot on the ground. And this can go two ways. So this is either speaking in regards to your service, to doing your part for the world, to help to release and to eliminate wasteful habits in order to support the new world, a cleaner, healthier world, more vibrant, I just heard. And I'm thinking about the quartz as soon as I said that. And then I wonder how significant quartz was in Lemuria. I'm feeling that. And like Atlantis, I feel like they had a lot of quartz. You might have a past life from that time period. So the other message is that you yourself are still clearing away those wasteful habits, and you need to ground yourself. And there's a message also about, for either of those messages, when you do take time to ground, like you need to ground because you're very much in the higher chakras, and you need to have that balance in all of the chakras. But also there's a message about when you do stand barefoot on the ground, when you're earthing and grounding yourself through that method, somehow it's connecting you to the higher realm. There's this as above, so below energy. And going back to yesterday's message about how there was some kind of disconnect from, like, you were not connecting enough with Mother Earth, and that was disconnecting you from your intuition. This is just like a further message on that, about how there's just something about the way that you connect with your higher knowing through the elements, through the sacred elements. So that's a very significant message for someone. I also wanted to grab my throat when I said that. So it's like someone really wants you to hear this message. I love that, because the next place to follow from that is we stand on the barefoot on the earth. That's page 65 of its guidebook, and that gave me 11 energy. So I was really feeling, again, that master intuitive number, connecting to your higher intuition, your higher knowing, and yeah, clearing away communication between you and spirit. That's why I went to grab my throat. So we've been seeing those messages coming through about, it's been like continuing for a few days now, about the communication coming into you from the birds, which is guidance from your spirit team, as well as from your higher self. I also just heard from your counterpart. Whew. And so now there is a shift in this, where now there has been a clearing of that communication. It's like the messages have, I just heard message received. I just heard you have mail. Interesting. I don't know if you ever saw that movie from like the 90s. You have mail, and now I'm actually hearing it like that and seeing that like image of when the mouse goes to click on the little notification indication. You know what I'm saying if you've ever seen these things from the 90s. The next thing I got is a message about I am blooming. And that was number 30 in the deck. And that brought me to like pure alignment energy, right? And it just made me right away think about this pinnacle, right? You are blooming. You are stepping into this success, right? And then to follow that, there was number 1 energy, becoming aware of your full potential, that new freaking beginning. This message is so powerful today. I'm trying to keep myself calm, cool, and collected. You have no idea. I have full body shingles right now, and both my feet are flat on the ground. I also had number 20 come through. I have heart flutters now. Number 20 come through with Chaska, the star of Venus. So again, like really powerful feminine energy. And this is a message about supports of an inner shift to a higher consciousness, to that pinnacle, right? And this is where we're gonna dive in a little bit deeper. I usually save the guidebook until you actually see the cards coming through, but the message that I'm getting leading up to the cards we're going to see how that plays into what will continue to come through the cards. So I really do feel that this message is important for someone to reach. So if it's not for you and you click off, then I truly hope that it'll find who it's meant for. So that's why we might end up with 2 parts here. So Chaska, I read the first line of this, and then as I continued to read it, I was like, you got to hear the whole thing. So Chaska, star of Venus, supports an inner shift of higher consciousness. Whether or not you consider yourself to be financially skillful, part of your sacred power and purpose includes the healing of economic and financial matters. In your life and the world, you are meant to experience abundance, creating and sharing prosperity from a place of inner spiritual security. A healing liberation from poverty consciousness allows the universe to work through you more easily without the obstruction of negative conditioning. What? I mean, that to me, it just blew me away. And there was also a message that I wanted to read you with number 30 with the I am blooming. So that actually comes from the guidebook, from the section that's all about welcome change and welcome home. So number 30 is on page 13, right? It's all about for groundedness. Grounding is so important right now. Okay, I am blooming. I am full of authenticity because I bloom exactly the way I was always meant to. It's never too late to live your purpose, and by acknowledging your weakness, you have already made a big step. Never give up because you know what you can miss if you do. If you give life a chance, it will surprise you in positive ways. And I feel like you're already seeing that right now. You know that this is taking place. And I feel the energy just really amping up again. 18 also came through. This is blessings from the son of Hanan Pacha. So like you actually have blessings coming into you from the universal family. It's incredibly powerful. After I saw that card, that is 9 energy as well, right? A completion. I actually started seeing the colors white and gold, like this very beautiful. Okay, now I'm actually seeing inside the tower for the movie Neverending Story, where the childlike empress is. Everything is like white and gold inside of there. But then I also started to hear the song Black and Yellow. I didn't look into what that is. I trust that whoever it's meant for will know what that means. We're almost done here. This is where it got even more crazy. The 7 of Cups came through in the reverse. The Ace of Cups came through in the reverse. And the King of Cups came through in the reverse. And then a whole ton of stuff came through. It was so much. And I was like, there's no way I can look at all of this. Let's save some for the actual video. And I put it all back in the deck. And then the 9 of Pentacles came out in the upright next to the High Priestess. Whoa. And within that mix, within that craziness, the Ace of Cups made 3 appearances. First in the reverse, then the upright, and then in the reverse again. So there is this, we've been talking about this kind of like roller coaster, this teeter-totter ride, the wheelbarrow where you're bouncing around in the wheelbarrow because the wheelbarrow is being moved, but there's something is settling. These energies, it's like you're no longer feeling overwhelmed by the choices. You're now using your discernment, like the 9 of Pentacles next to the High Priestess. You are so tapped in right now. You are so online. You're no longer overwhelmed or consumed by multiple routes that you need to take. Now my phone's dying. Look at this. The energy is too much, I'm telling you. Let's plug in. There we go. And then... yes, let's just stop there. I'm going to leave it there. Let's let the cards do the rest of the talking, because I realize that's a lot, but I feel that whoever's watching this, there's something really significant for you here. And I'm also really curious to know who you are, because I'm like, who am I even reading for? This is incredible. I just heard Tony Robbins. If Tony Robbins is here, hey, what's up? But also, maybe you're watching Tony Robbins, or you're feeling really inspired by Tony Robbins right now, or like you're filling your mind with that kind of mindset, and so that's what's allowing you to shift into this higher, this pinnacle. So let's get into the message. We already know we have the quartz stone on the tarot deck today. And if you're new here, my name is Crystaljoy, wounded healer, spiritual coach. Okay. Well, we'll let that speak for itself. Where did that even go? Oh no, I cannot. So, it's the 10 of freaking cups. It was in a transitional energy, but I do feel it going into the upright position. I saw the 10 of cups come through in a reading yesterday or the day before, and it was in the reverse position, and it really did feel as though for you, those setbacks and those things that were holding you back in life, for some of you it was even yourself holding yourself back from your full potential. There is now a shift in that. Like, you no longer feel like that's been robbed from you. You now see that you create this for yourself, and also now not only seeing that you create it for yourself, but you've taken those actionable steps, and you continue to take those actionable steps that bring you closer to this ultimate fulfillment in life, whether this be financial, emotional fulfillment, relationships. I'm also hearing service. So some people that I'm watching are really focused on service to humanity. There was another word that wanted to come out, but it didn't. I didn't get it. So this is really about, it's like confirmation. Where is this going? So we see what we need to be aware of. We know that this shift is occurring. You know, yesterday's message was just 20 minutes of confirmation. So we know now where we stand in our journey. So I want to get something for us today on how can we continue to grow from this point? You know, because yeah, we feel like we're the pinnacle right now, but surely we can't be at the top, right? So what else is it that we can be focusing on that can support our growth, whether it be emotionally, mentally, spiritually? I'm also hearing physically. Some of you are healing your physical being. I heard that you're rewriting your DNA right now because you're in this new frequency, and that's actually healing your physical body. I'm a testament to that. You can actually heal your body through vibration. I feel that a lot of people who do become ill with many of the chronic illnesses that exist today are because their body became vulnerable for those illnesses to be able to infiltrate. But even while living with these illnesses, you're still able to, what's the words? You're just, somehow you're able to be the difference. Somehow you're able to, it's like, even if you have something that's said to be incurable, and, you know, once you get to a certain point of, you know, being unwell, you know, it's like you can't go back, but you're like, well, here I am, I'm hiking mountains and I'm skiing and I'm going on cruises. It's like, wow, whoever I'm talking to, like, I don't even know where that came from. I would never even go on a cruise personally. So that's for someone, like, you're working towards such an opulent life right now. Whew. The world, that's what I just said. This is you. This is your opulent life. That white and gold that I was seeing, and I was seeing blue sparkles. I'm hypnotized by crystals. We're talking about going on cruises right now and ski trips. You are like literally living your best life right now because of this shift. But what this is also is with this, you know, with today 10 being a significant number, right? And the world card. The world card is the 20 card, and we did say number 2 is also very significant. It's not the 20 card. I'm confused. But what I'm really getting at here is the zero energy that she's sitting in. And it's giving me this, for one, there's been a judgment, right? The 20 card is the judgment card, and that's how something has been able to it's like judgment has been called on your journey, right? It's like these blessings that are coming in, it's not only because of the work that you've been doing, but you know, you have the blessings from the sun of Hanan Pacha. So it's like you're also being rewarded right now for your efforts. But going back to the zero energy I'm getting from this, it's like really the guidance right now is that although you have reached this point where you feel like you're living your best life, you've stepped into fulfillment, you feel like a pinnacle right now of like the center of your own world, but it's also a message about this isn't the top. There's another chapter to step into, and so it's about taking time to enjoy where you are, celebrate where you are, look at everything that you've created, dance and celebrate. Just take it all in for a minute before you step onto what's next. But there is more to be had from this. There's like so much. The cards have so much to say. I'm just gonna stick with these three. There's so much. It's like the whole deck wants to come out today, right? Oh my gosh. So again, a lot of the cards that we've been seeing in past readings, there's a sense of like dropping the burden. This no longer feels like such a challenge to you. And now you're like, I have so much to show for what I'm accomplishing, for what I've been healing and what I'm manifesting, I just heard. And it's this sense of things no longer feel one-sided in my life. And I'm also hearing that whoever this is for, you now feel like you're in a position where it's like in life, people have always been like giving to you, but now you feel like you're in a position where now I'm the one giving to the other people in need. And this is like on a very personal level, like in life you've struggled and other people have helped you like financially and mentally and in many areas. But now this is also about you not only helping people in the ways that they've helped you in the past, but you also helping people like, it's like I see someone actually just like giving away money. So this message is insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. And I'm also hearing the song, what is that? Jump, 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 jump. There's just so much coming through with this reading. I have the pink agate on the seeds of the sacred feminine today, and I really do feel that this is speaking about, again, that intuition. But there's, again, something very significant about the colors pink and red today. Red is a color of honor. Suddenly I feel like I can't hear as well. Really interesting. So we'll get a message to end this off with the seeds of the sacred feminine, because I was getting a lot of masculine energy leading up to this, so we'll balance it out with some of that feminine energy and just get some further guidance for us. I think right now is just a period of just enjoying like what it is that you've created before jumping into what's next. And going back to my new moon reading about how we were releasing the energies of the full moon, which was all about healing and purging and introspection, journeying through ourselves. You know, once we put that energy behind us, we were stepping into the newness of intentions and manifestation. And literally I see the transformation even in the cards ever since then. And so congratulations, whoever's watching and following this guidance, because you're like lighting, like I see the trailblazer. That's what I'm hearing. It's like you can take information that's given to you and you can turn it into something so much more than the person who even, it's like the way that you're able to take something and just create it into something so magnificent is what I keep seeing and feeling from this. So let's get a little bit of some sacred feminine guidance for us today to end this message off. Honor your emotions. That was one of the cards that came through. I should have said it. There was so much that tried to come through for this reading. I couldn't even say it, but look at the colors. I'm telling you, red and pink is so significant. This is about grounding, right? And honoring your emotions. This is about holding space for your emotions, right? Take time to... You've been through a lot to get to this point as well, right? And so, you know, we talk in the spiritual community about love and light, but life isn't always sunshine and rainbows and lollipops. Sometimes you have to acknowledge that there has been hurt along the way, and I heard deceit. Some of you have been done wrong. And so we need to hold space for our emotions. And, you know, especially in some of my readings, I was getting like survival mode energy. And so when you're in survival mode, your emotions became a last priority because you were so focused on what had to be done in that moment. So now it's a time to allow backlogged emotions to be properly managed. I heard managed. And, you know, whenever, even with this state that you're in, this high, this level, this pinnacle that you are, there's always going to be healing. And so remember that, you know, there will be more healing to be had. And remember that any emotions, thoughts, or feelings that come up from the past, they come up so that you can transmute them, so that you can step into the next state of this pinnacle that you are. It's like I'm seeing like a statue now, and this unveiling of this statue, like it's like you are going to be celebrated. You're not only celebrating yourself, but I see like you're the center of the freaking universe right now. So I hope this message helps. Hope it found who it was meant for. Please like and comment. Let me know if this did resonate. Subscribe to be notified when I post next, and I will see you in my next reading. Congratulations, and I love you. So proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself.